yes, I does that. What everybody trying to be now, I was that. They could never stop me, that's why I love rap. Been living the life, crazy ice. The swag, the gear, the bread, all the whips is a year ahead. I only fear the feds. Funny cause I had the vision since Coleco. Back then, still ain't reached my peak though. Louis loafers, Polo Pico. Call me whenever the bosses meet, yo. I drove Poppy crazy, so the industry's never gonna stop me, baby. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. No, you can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me, baby. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. No, you can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me. Yo, I'ma call it confidence cause I ain't cocky. I just know one thing, they can't stop me. Whether I'm on Fifth or LA at the swap meet, it's all good cause I know the gangsters got me. First things first, the jaws of I treat the rap game like a large monopoly. One-on-one, can't guard me properly. And when they double team me, the odds are sloppy. In the rap bracket, he remains the top seed. Hold 6, quick to blow 3. Audio, so you don't. The block is crazy, you can't stop me, baby. Can't stop me now, you can't stop me. No, you can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me, baby. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. No, you can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me now, you can't stop me. You can't stop me. Once I start, I ain't gonna stop. And then your girl ain't gonna be able to stop the wheezing. When she get that phone call from the doc, we even. You could not stop me, so stop believing. Stop ringtone rap, this is not the season. Punchline's hard enough to stop your breathing. And the ladies will still pay a lot to see him. I'ma get rich long as I got my freedom. Usually when you get hit, it's for a reason. Thank y'all all for coming out.
Live from Denver, it's the home of the Nuggets. We're broadcasting from the Pepsi Center. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And, of course, Derrick Rose. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Brian Shaw. Doris, what do you have to say?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, you know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint. Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Lawson with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Robinson, that's good.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range. A moment here now to see the numbers for Kenneth Faried. Last year, getting it done. He was 9th in shooting percentage, and he did a lot of work on the glass, battling his way into the top 15 performers in the rebound category.
And Steve, as for his top 10 field goal percentage ranking, I mean, you don't get to be such an accurate shooter unless you're a smart shooter. Sounds like you, partner. You never saw this guy force a shot.
Robinson against Butler. There's the pass to Rose. It's good from long range. Rose has got 13.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession. Some thought the Nuggets might be a dark horse team to get to the Western Conference Finals last season, but they didn't even get out of the first round. They lost to the Warriors, a very good Warriors team in 6 games.
And Chicago has possession. Outside Butler. Stolen by Robinson. Hits the mark. He feeds it to Hickson. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Hickson's got his third basket of the night. And going back to that series, Clark, I think it was easily one of the most exciting series of the first round, but the Nuggets knew they would have an uphill battle when they dropped game 2 at home. You know, Steve, they looked like they missed Gallinari in some of those games out.
Well, I think anytime you're down a three-point shooter, it makes it very difficult, particularly in the playoffs when teams can sit back and pack the paint. So I thought that was what that series showed, is that in the postseason, the best three-point shooting team often has a big advantage, and the Warriors clearly were much better from beyond the arc.
Kicks it to Robinson. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the top by Furley.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. Their teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Butler dishes to Rose. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Noah, pocket 2. Excellent D from Kenneth Faried.
Well, you know what? When you look at Nate Robinson, guys, you can make the case or even argue that the last few seasons, he's been a bargain basement deal. I mean, he's been very productive, and he's been playing on single-season veteran minimum contracts. I mean, he's provided a lot of value for what he's been paid. But after a big performance for the Bulls in the playoffs, the league caught on, and this year he was finally rewarded with a multi-year deal.
Rose passes to Dad. Here's T. Shot is no good. Great defense that time from Gallinari. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Hickson. Back to Gallinari. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And you know, Nate Robinson could always score and shoot from outside, but he's definitely improved as a playmaker.
That's a great point, Kevin. When he first came into the league, he was basically a shooting guard in a 5'9" frame. But he's improved his passing, he's improved his understanding of how to run a team. Still not really a point guard, but I think he can play the position for brief spells.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention three-time NBA All-Star Saturday Night Dunk Championship.
Yep.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And a loss like that, guys, you just got to flush it down the toilet and put it behind you.
Yeah, you do, Steve, but it's much easier said than done. I mean, it's hard not to dwell on the type of poor performance it was for them.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And it's Randolph penetrating. Foy. Pass to McGee. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Foy with it. Boozer picks him up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. The Nuggets third.
Yeah, wonderful passing team, and it was the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish.
Miller against Heinrich. He dishes it to Dunlap. For 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Miller up on top, guarded by Heinrich. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
You know, guys, it's amazing, but last season, Andre Miller said,
we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lawson against Rose. Lawson kicks to Hickson. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And Andre Miller, right now 37 years of age. I think back in 1976 is when he's born, to be quite exact. And last January became the 8th player in NBA history. Steve, to tally 15,000 points, over 7,500 assists.
Incredible career for Miller. Still going at it. Terrific kind of old school point guard. I think he's the best lob passer in the game. Also got a good low post game. Just really crafty and unbelievable feel for the game.
So the Bulls 5 right now. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler at the back. G out there with Dang, and it's Noah in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Robinson against Butler. He passes to deep. From deep. Shot is off, and it's Denver the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
They got the better of this club both times they saw them last season. I think we're about to find out if they've still got their number.
Chandler's shot.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Lawson against Rose. Back to Dang. There's the pick. He kicks it to Butler. Passes it to Rose. Clock at 4. Looking to end the run. Off the left rim and out. Steve hit on this moments ago, Clark. When you've got the two top teams, one from the East and one from the West, would you say there are some conference bragging rights at stake here? I mean, it would seem very obvious to me.
For sure, Kevin. Games like this can be a pretty good early season indicator of which conference is the stronger one.
Breaks it off the glass. Rose has got 17.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Butler against Robinson. On the wing, Chandler. With the floater. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's now 10 points for Wilson Chandler.
Their low post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
Rose dishes to Dang. And the Bulls get it back. Second shot opportunity. Noah's shot is off.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
And there's the pass to deep. Left side, Dang. Butler feeds to Rose. Rose double team. Here's D. Clayton with a nice touch off the glass.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Robinson against Butler. Robinson up top. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And don't forget, guys, his playmaking was sensational. I mean, he saw the floor, making the game so easy for his teammates.
Off the tip. Again, the Nuggets score.
He had a whole lot of space.
Chandler, the pass to Miller. The feed to Gallinari. 1:58 left in the second quarter. The dish to Chandler. All sorts of time. Rebound by the Bulls. Noah's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Boy, I tell you, the Bulls showed how resilient they could be without Derrick Rose last season. They played competitive basketball, but up against the Western Conference, they just didn't quite have the same punch. Got beat up pretty good out west.
Good. And that's now 6 points for D.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
Miller kicks to 4. Back to Miller. On the wing, Chandler. Gallinari, he's covered by Boozer. Shot clock at Butler. And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something right. Extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, gentlemen, D, in their last game against the Bobcats, boy, was he tremendous. He ended with 20 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He had a great game in all facets, and his coach called it a complete game of basketball. High praise to be sure, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. Clark, he was at his absolute best in this game.
Yeah, and the only thing about having a game like that, Kevin, is that it's almost impossible to duplicate it here tonight.
Well, but nobody's expecting that, Clark, and they don't need him to do that. If he's even half as good as he was that night, it should be enough.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver. Heinrich kicks to Buck. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Denver leading by 3. Miller with the ball. Miller off a bit from Arthur. Miller dishes to Chandler. He feeds it to Ford. Nice open look, but it's no good.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Nuggets lead.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports on an...
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We've got Wilson Chandler. Nate Robinson is out there with Lawson. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And it's Mozgov in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Butler passes it to Rose. Poked away. It's stolen by Lawson. This is to Robinson. Back to Lawson. Kicks to Mozgov. 5 to shoot. Mohamed's there. A jump hook. Blocked. Robinson against Rose. Butler on the way. Pass to D. Outside Rose. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Rose has got 21 in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense. Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Murphy's checked in, and it's Heinrich in for Jimmy Butler. Robinson kicks to Miller. Back to Robinson. Lays it up and banks it in. Robinson's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
You know, you watch Nate Robinson come into a game and you just start to feel the electricity and the excitement because things are about to get sped up and turned up. He just plays with so much energy. I mean, it can be a positive when he knocks down those big shots, but you've got to give him enough room to work through his bad shots because He's going to take some bad ones, and he's going to gamble some on defense, too.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for the Bulls. And back to Robinson. He's energetic, feisty, aggressive on the court at both ends, Steve.
Well, and at times in the past, you know, his passion may have gotten the best of him, but I think his emotion is one of the things that makes him who he is, too. He's an explosive scorer. He can come in and just be a one-man wrecking crew. And remember that huge game he had against the Nets in the playoffs?
Yes.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Noah with the screen on Robinson. Murphy dishes to Heinrich. Pass to Noah. Murphy. He kicks it to Heinrich. He passes it to D. Noah in the post. He's against Hickson. And that one's good by Noah.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Randolph sets a screen for Miller. Outside Robinson. Chandler right side. On the wing, Miller. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Down low. Here's Dang. Lays it up and in off a pretty assist. And now just a three-point Nugget lead. Miller, the pass to Randall. Back to Miller. He dishes it to Robinson. Passes it to Chandler. Miller outside. Fires it up. And he nails the jumper. And the Nuggets lead by 5. Well, Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Heinrich kicks to Murphy. D. Dang up top. The pass to D. 6 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose. Dang against Randolph. No good.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Robinson dishes to Chandler. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got 6 assists here tonight. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The Nuggets in second.
You can tell by watching them just how focused they were at the defensive end of the court.
Pass to D. They set the pick. Feeds it to Noah. He passes to D. And the basket good. D's got 11 points.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Let's check out the story on J.J. Hickson. Solid numbers last season. 6th in.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, Brian Shaw had some words for his team in that last timeout. With the game hanging in the balance, he tried to give his players some added motivation, saying, quote, "This is the time, guys, right now. Be in this moment. Do your job, and we'll get the win." Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Gibson and Boozer in the middle. And it's D in at the 3 spot. Rose kicks to Gibson.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Back to Chandler. That is a man. Austin with the assist. Austin's got his 5th assist in this one.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
Outside Rose. pass to D. And the Bulls get it back.
Nice job on the offensive glass.
And there's the call on Chandler. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Carlos Boozer. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Noah picks and covering. Butler passes to Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Butler on the way. But Trey. Jackson pulls it in. Hickson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Lawson, here we go. Robinson's got space. And he gets it to go from the corner. Robinson's got 21 in the game. Bulls trail by 3. Back to Gibson. And Kenneth Faried pulls it down. Faried's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Chandler's shot good.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Outside Rose. Outside Rose. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. That's now 8 points for Joakim Noah.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Watch outside.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Robinson dishes to Hickson. Here's Faried. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, when he came out of college, the one thing you knew with Kenneth Faried was he was going to get you.
Now the feed to Rose. It's off his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Butler passes to D. Back to Butler. Outside Rose. 5 on the clock. Hangs. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the 2nd of 6 for them. Here's Noah. And Faried sends it back. But they recover it. D, he's guarded by Chandler. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Noah, Hickson covering. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Nuggets. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that game is the 2nd of 2 straight at home. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Butler against Robinson. Right side Robinson. Miller. Back to Robinson. 6 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Hickson. Noah with the block. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Rose. Outside Boozer. Rose against Miller. Rose attacking. Stolen by Robinson. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Robinson's got the ball. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Robinson's got 6 points in the quarter. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Denver.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen really a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Rose kicks it to Noah. Back to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Left side Rose. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Well, as a coach, that kind of turnover just drives you nuts.
And that's because it should never happen, Steve. I mean, it just shouldn't.
Dixon a screen on Rose. And it's Miller penetrating. Rose with the double team. Miller with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Out to Chandler. With the shot. And he nails that one right through the net. And now a 5-point Nugget lead.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Miller against Rose. Butler. The pass to D. Back to Butler. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Rose in the post, covered by Miller. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
Outside Robinson. Leads him in there. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Without a question, Wilson Chandler displaying his skills today.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Rose against Miller. Rose kicks to Butler. Boozer. Fareed's there. Rose goes in. Outside Butler. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
The road back hasn't been an easy one, but they've managed to climb all the way out of the hole and tie this game.
I have to say, pretty remarkable, Steve. At one point, I thought they were done.
Butler against Robinson. The dish now to Dixon. That is good.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
Chicago trailing here. Rose kicks to Boozer. To the inside. Here's D. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Chandler. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Robinson for 3. And that one's good. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
And here's Rose. Pass to D. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter. Butler on the way. There's a good screen. He passes to D. Back to Butler. 18 feet out. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Ty Lawson. He's checked in for Andre Miller. So it's Denver now. .107 left in the fourth quarter. Lawson dishes to Hickson. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. The high post shot. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Rose passes to deep. Stolen by Robinson. .35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Back to Fareed. Oh! Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Here's G. They can't stop the run with that one.
He's far too tentative in the paint. And even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
And the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mozgov kicks to Randolph. So we see Denver hit the win here.
Your Nuggets, 93. The Bulls, 86.
A lot of us here in the media were surprised at the team's performance tonight after that huge win in the previous game. Any thoughts as to where all the momentum went?
It sounds a little strange to say it, but I think maybe we were too caught up in the win from the other night. After a great game, you have a tendency to let up a little and just assume that your talent will win out every time you step on the court. It's almost like we'd be better off winning every game by 4 or 5, because then we'd be used to playing under pressure, knowing that we could just as easily lose a game with one bad play. So, I don't know, man. Hopefully this game was just an aberration and we'll get back on track before the next one.
Two eyes, so you couldn't wipe
make it cool to be sucked.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson. He added, you have to respect the energy he brings to the game. That'll be the challenge for our bigs, is matching that energy and physicality. Guys, Robinson a guy with a growing skill set, but it's still that athleticism and hustle that's really his calling card. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
Well, whether it was a fluke or just plain overconfidence, somehow they got swept by this team in the season series a year ago.
Back to Dang. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And with this chance, let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard and find out who the top assist men are among the first-year players. Angelo Gaddy, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love it.
Tell you what, some really good passers have come into the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the best. I like what I've seen of him as a distributor.
Me too, Steve. I mean, he's never over-anxious. He always seems to be under control when the ball's in his hands. He's not frantic. He makes good decisions, and he's patient.
It hurts. I mean, you're trying to prove to the league you're the real thing. You're big time. It's not too impressive losing to a basement team twice.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they are from the other conference, you're not used to seeing those guys, but that's no excuse. If you want to be feared in this league, you've got to beat the bottom feeder. He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Butler kicks to Dang. Now the feed to Noah. Back to Dang. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Some changes for Chicago. Muhammad comes in for Joakim Noah. And Carlos Boozer is subbed in for Luol Deng. And it's Rose penetrating. Butler. Back to Rose. Pass to D. Now the dish to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Off the pick. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, an all-star for the 3rd straight season. You know, looking back, he's really been the jewel of that 2006 draft class where he went 2nd overall. Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Kicks to Rose. Bulls making a switch here. On defense, the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. Butler kicks to Boozer. Defended by McCollum. Fades. And Kura got the English that time as it falls. Boozer's got his first 2 points of the night. Now, Clark, you talk about Aldridge and what he's meant to the Trailblazers. Really the franchise player, Steve and Portland. I think they look at him that way.
And for a team that had to rebuild on the fly after losing so many of their key players to injuries, going back to Brandon Roy and Greg Oden, it's nice to see the Blazers bounce back and start to get Aldridge some help with guys like Damian Lillard and Batum and Matthews.
He dishes it to Watson. White for 3. Gets it to go. White's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Heinrich. Defense is right there. He passes to D. He feeds it to Muhammad. Outside Butler. Just 5 on the clock. Right outside. Tries to save it. Butler dishes to Heinrich. Back to Butler. Passes it to D. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
Well, Blazers coach Terry Stotts is a branch on the tree of head coach George Karl, and that's a pretty good tree to be on. In his playing days, Karl coached Stotts in the CBA, and actually Stotts had a pretty good career in Europe.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trail Blazers retain possession. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And here's Matthews from the arc. Shot, no good.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Aldridge out there with Victor Claver. And it's Williams at the one spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 11. And for Terry Stotts, after his playing days, he coached as an assistant under George Karl, both in the CBA and then with the Sonics and the Bucks.
And over 2 decades of coaching experience, Kevin. This is his 6th season overall as an NBA head coach. Remember, he coached the Hawks as well as the head man. But I thought did a nice job with Portland last season.
From the baseline, and it's blocked by Rose.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Bulls?
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Well, they've done a really good job of getting their hands into passing lanes and coming away with some steals in the early going.
Here's Rose. This is the most they've led by, 13 points.
Guys, how about the Bulls being able to nab the 5th seed in the East last season, in large part due to how they were able to play on the road? Of course, when you play tough, solid defense like they do, it makes it easier to be competitive and string together road wins.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. And they were right in his face.
Batum off the pick from Claver. D defended by Claver. D passes to Butler. They set the screen. Leads him in there. Matthews with the steal. Williams kicks to Matthews. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Right side, Butler. Clock at 6. And the pass to D. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And again, no good by Chicago. And for the Bulls, defense is one of the few things in the NBA that can neutralize a home court advantage. And Steve, a big part of why they had the success they had on the road.
Well, they went 21-20 away from the United Center. And one of only 5 teams in the entire East who managed to stay above 500 away from home. That's a real tribute to this team and the coaching staff.
Chicago making a switch here. Noah's checked in. Rose dishes to Dang. Back to Rose. From the arc. Here's D. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, the Chicago Bulls, a few spots down the ladder right now.
Checking out Chicago, they've been right in the thick of things here in the early going. Wins and losses coming in just about equal measure. Basically a 500 team is what they are.
Yeah, a team that's somewhat in limbo, Clark. You wonder which way they'll go, become a true contender, or maybe back to the draft for answers. This season will give them some clues as to which way they're heading.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Butler with the ball, and Batum picks him up defensively. Outside Rose, fires from deep. A double clutch. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. He kicks to McCollum. Aldridge to screen. Aldridge left side. Pass to McCollum. Dishes it to Watson. McCollum. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Watson's got his third assist on the night.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Nuggets provided a nice lift. He had 11 points and also did some work on the glass, grabbing a few rebounds to help out. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game, or has it, like Steve, you began taking a toll physically?
I think it just depends on the individual, Kevin. Probably depends on, how he's feeling physically overall. But usually a guy who has a big night like that, it's going to carry over just with confidence and carry to the next game.
Yeah, I would not disagree with you on there, Steve. There's something about this game that really fuels you and energizes you. When you perform well, then you feel like you can do it again.
One shot.
Again and again.
Mo Williams is checked in for Chicago, and that one misses.
For now, the Trailblazers are still the basketball team in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle made a strong push to acquire the Kings, made a record bid, but the owners decided that Sacramento had done its part to keep the Kings, and so Seattle has to wait.
Back to Aldridge. Outside Williams. Feeds to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. And that's good. Williams for 3. Williams has got 9.
They've got to be careful not to give a shooter of his caliber open looks like that. 1 or 2 of those are all it takes to really get him going.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Post-up shot, and Boozer lays it in. Boozer's got his second bucket tonight. So it's Portland now. 9-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And I think they can be proud of the way they performed. I mean, they executed. They really brought energy to the game. It just didn't go their way.
You know what? That was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, Steve. And they were right in it until the closing moment.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
It's now presented by Sprint.
Welcome.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now the third quarter. And here are the Trailblazers now. They trail by 16. Taking a look at the Bulls. D in a 2-guard. Is out there with Derrick Rose. Noah is out there with Dang. And it's Murphy in at the 4. Batum attacking. It's blocked. But they get it back. Offensive rebound. Freeland. And finally they hit one.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Batum against Dang. Noah, the pass to D. Backing down. Got a piece of it. Banked in off the glass. D's got 8 points.
Down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Trailblazers trail by 16. And Matthews kicks to Williams. Matthews. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got assist number 8 here in this one already.
Yeah, and he's a bomber. I mean, that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see. And, of course, has the green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
And it's his scrappiness, Steve, that also makes him a special player. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him dive into the second row going after a loose ball. Noah, once again, had a really solid season, but his field goal percentage numbers dropped from where they had been the past few years. I think part of it was not having Derrick Rose on the floor, and then also he was hurt. Plantar fasciitis bothered him some, but not having Rose, I think, led to Noah forcing the issue a bit. He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block, but that one's going to count.
Chicago leading by 13. Outside Rose. There's the feed to Boozer. And again, Chicago. No good. On speaking of Noah's son, dip into his finishing numbers. You wonder if his injuries played a part in that.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau rode him pretty hard. A career high in minutes. In fact, second most per game among centers in the NBA last season. And we remember he had the foot injury during the playoffs. So he's always had some health issues, but he's battled through them.
Are you surprised that he's become the warrior that he's become in the NBA?
Not really, Kevin. He was a winner at Florida, a guy who loved to play. He's got a lot of passion for the game.
And now let's check in on the two guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. You look at Butler. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
Well, this is a very intense group. You know, those steals haven't come by accident. They've gotten them through the effort they're willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Trailblazers. Rose kicks to Butler. Pass to D. Six to shoot. The dish to Murphy. High post shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
And maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
Rose attacking. D. Back to Rose. And stolen by Wright. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Crab, good. Now Rose. He's got 9. D. Guarded by Wright. D passes to Murphy. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Crab. Butler goes in. And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
Ozzie Muhammad checked in for the Bulls. Robinson dishes to Wright. Kicks it to McCollum. Offline with his 3. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minute speed these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They've had a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
D passes to Muhammad. D poked loose and stolen by Wright. McCollum. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Well, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Here's D. Gets it to ball from the right block. D's got 12 in the game. 1:58 left here in the third quarter. Here's Crabb, defended by Butler. Crabb kicks to Robinson, passes it to Crabb. Portland moving the ball around. Six on the shot clock. He dishes it to Robinson. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
Let's take a look at where the Portland Trailblazers stack up as the season gets underway. 9th in scoring, 9th in shooting percentage. And they're a top 10 team in three-point shooting.
And the points per game really stand out to me, Clark, when you're talking about all those numbers, because this is a team that's very well coached, and they seem to get good shots every trip down the floor. I think they've got a good plan. They have great spacing. And when you combine that with unselfishness, you're going to see a team that scores pretty consistently.
Outside Teague. The pass to D. And it's Portland with the rebound. 1:05 left in the third quarter. McCollum with the ball. Now defended by D. McCollum with the ball. 7 points in the game. Robinson down low. Working on Gibson. Robinson misses.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
And Wright kicks to McCollum. Misses the three. The Bulls leading by 8. Outside Butler. He passes to Teague. Pass to D. He feeds it to Butler. There's the pick. Charity stripe shot. Butler missing again.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game. Free throw, good run. Chicago making a switch. Trailblazers trail by 10. The forwards are Batum and Thomas Robinson. Matthews out there with Mo Williams. And it's Freeland and in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Robinson sets a screen for Matthews. Williams against Rose. Shoots from the high post. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. 15 points for Mo Williams. The Bulls leading by 8. He kicks it to Rose. Williams with the steal. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
The Bulls shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Rose kicks to Dang. passes it to D. Outside Rose. Lays it up and banks it in.
Assist from D.
And the Bulls lead by 8.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
To the inside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. They can look forward to the Oracle Arena after this game, the matchup against Golden State. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Luol Deng. Williams with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. And Matthews gets it to go.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second three of the half.
Matthews against Rose. Now the pass to deep. From deep. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Williams dishes to Freeland. Back to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Freeland. It's Williams with the drive. With the lead pass. Freeland, the pass to Batum. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Batum's got 19 points.
Guys, he's shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Noah with a screen on Williams. Rose kicks to Butler. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
Here's Butler. Noah with a screen for Butler. D, lock at 6. Here's the screen. Boozer, guarded by Robinson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. And that will be the 3rd of this 6-game road trip.
Yeah, and you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
You know, guys, Portland had one of the worst benches in the history of the league last season. You know, they didn't get much contribution there. It was almost like they went into every game playing 5 versus 12.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
Well, as Clark was talking about when referring to the Blazers, the bench scoring was a big problem for him as they didn't have anyone really outside the starting 5 that Steve could be counted on for 7 points or more a game.
Yeah, look, the NBA game is 48 minutes long. It's tough to survive for those full 4 quarters when you have no offensive punch off the bench. But I think this offseason they added a lot of firepower, a lot of scoring in reserve, and we'll see if that makes a difference for this team this year.
Williams against Rose. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Second personal foul, 3rd team foul.
Goes up off the inbound. Matthews. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Rose dishes to Butler. Back to Rose. Pass to D. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Williams passes to Freeland. Back to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Freeland. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, it doesn't show up in the box score, guys, but he's one of the best in the league at taking charges.
Sometimes even more valuable than a block or a steal. You get the ball and chalk up a foul the other way. It's not pretty, doesn't necessarily show up in the box score, but it helps you win.
Matthews against Butler. Noah with a screen on Williams. Rose passes to D. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 17 points for D. Here's Williams. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is a critical juncture in this ball game, Kevin.
And Freeland kicks to Williams. Pass to Matthews. Dishes to Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Williams gets the bucket.
That hasn't been an easy one, but they managed to pass all the way out of the hole and tie this game.
I have to say, pretty remarkable, Steve. At one point, I thought they were done.
Rose with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Feeds to Butler. He passes it to D. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
No slowing him down. Just some incredible numbers for D. He has 17 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team.
Both free throws good from D. Here is Williams. On the wing, Williams. The feed to Matthews. Portland moving the ball in. And Batum kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 6. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
The story in the first half was their low free throw precision. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
And both free throws good for Williams.
And that's how you do it, guys. I mean, free throws in a game like this can make a huge difference.
Rose against Williams. Rose goes in. Fades and shoots. Can't hit. And it's Portland the other way.
Wayward and just off about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Matthews to take the lead. And Batum finishes inside. Batum's got 21 in the game.
He's been ready to do work in the fourth quarter.
Rose dishes to Boozer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's now 6 points for Carlos Boozer. Here's Williams. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Matthews passes to Williams. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Rose. That's the first that gives them the lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Critical for him to knock down those free throws, guys. They had to come away with the lead on that trip.
Sure, that one drops. Rose has got 4 points this quarter.
He may need to start spreading the ball around, not shooting the ball well at all here in the fourth.
And Matthews kicks to Williams. To the paint. Freeland dishes to Williams. D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throw.
Some excellent numbers in this one for Mo Williams. He's got 24 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Chicago's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Pass to D. Defended by Batum. Back to Rose. And stolen by Williams. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the call will be against D. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Second one is good. And goes to the line. It's a 4-point ball game.
I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. It's a 2-possession game now.
For 3. Can't get it to go. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Shoots a 3. No good. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Here comes T. Here's D. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Earl Watson.
And so it's Portland winning this one.
That was a tough loss for you guys tonight. You kept it close, but just weren't able to get the job done. Is there anything that you think could have made a difference in the outcome?
You know, if we only could have scored like 10 more points, then we definitely would have won the game. That's the main thing I can think of that would have made the difference. Oh, and we also could have not missed any shots. Usually that's a good strategy for success. So let me sit down with Coach and go over that stuff, and, you know, we'll see if we can make it happen for the next game.
Come on. Come on. Gets even better. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes, I does that. When everybody trying to be now, I was that. They could never stop me. That's why I love rap. Been living the life, crazy ice. Swag, the gear, the bread, all the whips is a year ahead. I only fear the feds.
Hello again, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. And On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Clippers moving the ball around. The pass to Dudley. He dishes it to Paul. Paul gets a screen from Dudley. Paul goes in. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Bulls trail by 4. Rose kicks to Butler. Passes to D. That's tipped. Back to Butler. Outside Rose. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Mullins.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. You guys setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Rose with the ball. He has 5. D. Six on the shot clock. Rose against Paul. And again, no good by Chicago.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
D passes to Rose. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them liked it.
They get a hand on it. Here's Barnes. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 6.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Butler off a pick from Noah. Butler defended by Redick. From deep. It's rebounded by Mullins. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. This is the first game of the season against one of the more seasoned defensive teams in the league. And he said, we've got to be patient offensively and not just settle for the shots they'll allow. It's all about making the simple pass, the extra pass, and moving off the ball. Basketball 101, guys. Back to you.
Thanks for that report, Doris. Guys, do you think we'll see game planning early on that might end up developing through the game as far as getting through this very tough defense?
I think there's almost no question that what they're doing offensively at the beginning of the game will change several times before we finish.
Well, that's what the defense they're facing forces you to do. You have to be ready to adjust and make some changes. It's too complex a defensive scheme to just attack it one set way.
Mike Dunleavy, who's checked in for Chicago. D. Noah kicks to Heinrich. Pass to D. The kick out to Boozer. Heinrich. He passes it to D. And the Clippers making a change here. Chicago with the ball. 7-point differential. There's the dish to Heinrich. Noah. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Noah's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Barnes kicks to Redick. The tray, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
No good from D.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
That's blocked. They recover it. Bullock passes to Redick. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Now Now at the moment here, let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. Paul kicks to Crawford. There's the triple. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the back. Jared Dudley out there with Barnes. And it's Mullins in at the center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Crawford against Rose. And the pass to D. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
It's still early on, Kevin, in this new basketball season for Chicago. Here's where they stand in the NBA rankings. Second in blocks, third in field goal percentage. And they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
Man, Clark, let's talk about those blocks because you know what that does? When you're a guard and you've got great shot blockers behind you, it allows you to play with more aggressiveness on the perimeter, and that can really disrupt an offense.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Butler against Barnes. Butler dishes to Boozer. Pass to Rose. 5 to shoot. Poked away and taken away by Paul. Here's Crawford. He feeds it to Dudley. No good. Some solid defense from Butler. D defended by Paul. Poked loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And checking out Chicago, not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
You know, looking at Chicago, their season hasn't been great, and it hasn't been terrible. It's been fairly pedestrian. A few times it's looked like they're about to turn the corner, but they just haven't been able to sustain that winning momentum.
And I'm not quite sure why that is because I think they've got the talent to be among the league leaders, but it looks to me like it's not going to happen for them this year.
Butler with the ball. Chris Paul covering. 6 to shoot. And again, no good by Chicago.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Crawford shoots the 3. Kicks it to Barnes. Feeds it to Crawford. Second chance shot. Paul outside. Dishes it to Barnes. Back to Paul. He kicks to Mullins. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Mullins got his first bucket in this one.
Well, finally, it's nice to see the ball actually go through the hoop.
Yeah, that always makes a game look better. I mean, it's been ugly so far here, but hopefully shot making will improve the looks of this one.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Muhammad. And it's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. Heinrich passes to Boozer. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things.
Ripped away. All by himself. Here's Hollins. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Carlos Boozer.
Now that's a nice finish for the big fella there. I mean, he used his length very well under the basket.
There may be more athletic players around the league, but Steve, not many bigger ones.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'd like to see him even take advantage of that size more often on the offensive end and be more aggressive.
Goes off the pick from Boozer. And it's Rose penetrating. There's the feed to Heinrich. 5 on the clock. Passes it to D.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, he probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
Chicago making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Deng kicks to Rose. Pass to deep. Rockets hooks. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Steve was talking about this moments ago about the sweep. Not easy to do, certainly, when you take on an opponent, when you know. And even if it's just a two-game series like this one is, and it won't be any easier this year, I don't think, either, Clark.
No, it won't. I mean, we can be pretty certain, Kevin, that both of these teams are going to be battling for the top spot in their respective conferences. So the games between them will be hard-fought and tough.
Paul goes in. Dudley. Back to Paul. And he uses the glass on the way. Paul's got 9.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league. You know, guys, you look at Chris Paul's path to greatness, and it's really kind of a neat story. When he was in high school, he didn't even make the varsity team until he was a junior and cracked 6 feet tall. And the school he wanted to go to, North Carolina, understandable for a kid who was in the state of North Carolina. The Tar Heels didn't even offer him a scholarship.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Carlos Boozer. Deng, a screen on Dudley. Outside Rose. He passes to deep. He's guarded by Dudley. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Dean. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And with Chris Paul, he ended up playing 2 seasons at Wake Forest, led them to a Sweet 16 appearance. You know, the school retired his number 3 jersey back in March. So for a guy so lightly recruited out of high school, what an incredible achievement.
His twin brother has been just as successful in the insurance business.
That's right, Cliff.
Yes, Cliff. Terrific, terrific. In fact, he handles my home and auto.
Does he?
Yes, he does. Yes.
I have an umbrella policy.
You do? He's a great assistant. Wonderful. He dishes it to Barnes. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Butler. 5 points in the game. Now here's Noah. The pass to deep. Outside Butler. Right side, Butler.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And I like the physical play we're seeing, too, because this is a club that's really pounding the paint area and scoring inside.
And the Clippers making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Paul outside. There's the lob to the hoop. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous, stupendous alley-oop.
This crowd was stunned at the sight of that one.
Paul against Rose. Here's Dean. Soft touch off the glass. D's got 8 points in the quarter.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
It's Crawford with the drive. Jordan. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Bulls making a switch here. Murphy's checked in. For Los Angeles, they have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Rose with the ball. Chris Paul covering.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job that he's doing getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, and that's really important. You've got to continue to attack.
Both free throws good from Dean.
An impressive game for him from the free throw line. Not his strong suit, but he's making them count tonight.
A drive by Paul. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Rose. Here's D. On the high post, he drills it. D's got 12 points in the game. And the first half is now in the books. Clippers lead by...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your...
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Really an incredible game from D.
How about his scoring in the first half? I mean, he's looked like a different player out there today.
He really has, Steve. It's been a pleasant surprise for him, that's for sure. I mean, he really hit on something that worked in those first 2 quarters.
So the Bulls 5 right now. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler at the back. Carlos Boozer out there with D. And it's Gibson in at the 5. Big bodies and soft hands. Well, that's what these guys possess. Top assisting centers and power forwards this year. Number 1 is Joakim Noah. 4th, Blake Griffin.
These are some of the most complete players in the NBA. They're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing, too.
Yeah, that's the element of their game that puts them in a different category, a special category amongst low post players. I mean, they've got court vision, they see things, they anticipate, and they're much better at that than their peers.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, gentlemen, D in their last game against the Trailblazers had a nice performance. He ended with 19 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
Well, that never seems to be a problem for him, but you're right, Kevin. He has to be feeling at the top of his game right now.
Well, when you play well, it feeds confidence, and when you're prepared to play well and it works out that way, it does add another level of confidence to your next game.
And here is Paul. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. Outside Griffin. Low block shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Griffin is doing amazing things on the court and off the court. I mean, his charisma and sense of humor really have made him one of the more marketable players in the entire league.
And he can't hit the second. Going back to Griffin, he spent a summer interning with an LA-based comedy website I'm reading here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a love for comedy, and you know, playing in LA, that's a great opportunity for him to work in the entertainment side of things. And of course, he does have a real job with the Clippers. He's got to focus there.
He does, you know, but those commercials, he's in the front. They're good. Now the Clippers moving it up. Crawford leading the charge. Can't hit from in close.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
The dish to Paul for 3. And the shot is good. Paul's got 12.
You know, last season, guys, the Clippers were 4th in offensive efficiency, and you got to give a lot of credit to their terrific point guard rotation. Chris Paul led all point guards in player efficiency rating, and his backup, Eric Bledsoe, was 15th. That's a heck of a combo.
They get it back. Boozer. That is good. Boozer's got his first points of the game.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Paul gets a screen from Jordan. Hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Well, going back to the great point guard play for the Clippers, they were 3rd in the league in assist percentage.
And top 5 in terms of points in the paint, Kevin. So their big guys really fed off the penetration and great passing from Chris Paul in particular.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Rose attacking. Pass to D. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And Kevin, they put so much effort into the final few minutes of regulation in that game that they were pretty burned out in the overtime period.
Yeah, that's an excellent call by you, Steve. I thought there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
Well, this guy has a huge bag of tricks that he can dip into on the low block. He's really mastered an array of complicated moves.
And that makes him a splendid, supreme scoring threat in the post. I mean, he baits the hook, and the defenders almost always are biting. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Back to Jordan. Deflects the pass. Butler with the steal. Rose against Griffin. Rose kicks to Butler. Pass to Boozer. He's against Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Here's D. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 16 points for D.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Crawford dishes to Paul. Back to Crawford. Puts it up. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, he won that battle, and in general, they're winning most of the battles tonight.
Well, those are some very easy points if you can get them.
Well, and like Clark said, they have been getting them, not necessarily all on putback dunks, but a lot of second chance opportunities.
Butler kicks to Rose. Back to Butler. Another one falls for Chicago.
Everything working for them out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Crawford passes to Paul. Into Jordan. Right block shot. And it falls over the rim and in. And that's 15 points for Blake Griffin.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Rose kicks to Butler. Back to Rose. Griffin with the steal. Al Paul. 12 points for him. Here's Crawford. Chicago grabs the miss. Boozer's got 6 rebounds now in the game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Indeed, this was a tough loss. They faced a serious comeback intensity that just overwhelmed them in that last quarter. Unfortunately, they couldn't stay in the game enough to force an extra session.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get there in the end, but they were close, just couldn't come back all the way.
Here is Douglas, looking for his first basket still in this one. And the call will be against D. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. On defense, Chicago. They trail by 14. Crawford's shot is good. Here's Rose. He has 7. Pass to D. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
Chicago making a switch here. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, it's terribly frustrating for a coach when his team can't knock down their free throws. I mean, it really comes down to focus, routine, and stamina, especially in the second half.
Teague with the ball. He passes to D. Working on Collison. Knocks it loose. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Spurs. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, the Clippers, 4.5 games behind.
Checking out Los Angeles. They've been about what we expected so far. Not dominant, kind of middle of the road, but certainly a team that you can't overlook.
Well, they're in that middle ground, so the question remains, how do they take that next step?
Teague, the pass to D. Defended by Bullock. He feeds it to Dang. Drops one in from the wing. Dang's got 6 points. Clippers leading by 15. Collison dishes to Redick. There's the pass to Bullock. Hits it to go.
You know, the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
The Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Outside Dang. Passes it to D. Deflected. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. A quick look now at some big men that have been rock solid over the past 10 games. The top shooting centers and power forwards in the NBA. Fourth, Blake Griffin.
And you look at that list, most of the guys there have that unique combination of power and finesse. A very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And that kind of combo blend is what can turn a good offensive big man into a great one, fellas.
Chicago making a switch here. Murphy's checked in. Clock is at 3. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Well, one thing that Byron Mullins added last year was a three-point shot, and he wasn't shy at all about trying it out. I mean, it was still a work in progress, and right now I think it's a part of his game.
No good from D. Los Angeles leading by 17. A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, there has been a lot of pressure on this Bulls team to get to the finals. Derrick Rose thinks that they are set up to win multiple championships. He says, quote, "To me, to win a championship, you need a team full of winners that's willing to sacrifice. We've got all the pieces, starting with the front office, our owners, the coaching staff, down to the players." That kind of quote puts more pressure on the team, but they are set to make a deep run, guys.
Defense really their identity. That's how they win. And to go back to Mullins, not the best percentage from outside, but he is a spot of big man stuff.
Well, if he can get his three-point percentage up a little higher, along with his decent rebounding, I think they found something in terms of a player who can be a consistent threat in that front court.
Jordan against Rose. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Guys, Derrick Rose is a native son of Chicago. He grew up in the dangerous Inglewood neighborhood, the youngest of 4 brothers. But from very early on, his talent for the game was apparent. And those older brothers of his, they shielded him and protected him like an ember of hope for the entire family. And he certainly has allowed his light to shine brightly.
Jared Dudley's checked in for the Clippers. Collison kicks to Dudley. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And Clark, back to Rose. The city of Chicago, as you expected, has embraced you. It's interesting, Steve, to be a high pick, but drafted by your hometown team. The pressure is pretty interesting.
I love at the United Center when they introduce him, they just say, from Chicago. Derrick Rose. But, with all the attention he gets, he's a very private and reserved person. Has a lot of respect amongst his teammates because he just handles himself with such class.
Pass to D. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Dudley. And the call will be against D. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, they've also been very good from the free throw line. I mean, that's been a very important part of what they've done today.
Here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. The pass to D. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 19 points for D.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it.
Rose against Collison. Kicks it to Crawford. Stolen by Rose. Now here's Rose. The fast break opportunity. Here's D. And that one hits back iron.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always one to allow you to maintain your lead.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for Darren Collison. Rose against Paul. Rose attacking. The kick outside to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's always good to look at some of the backstory here on the numbers. Here are the stats for DeAndre Jordan. 16th in rebounding. And he's been using his size and quickness to great effect defensively. He's in the top 20 in the league in blocks per game.
And you got to love seeing him up there among the top 20 rebounders, Steve. I mean, you really get a sense of just how much he enjoys the physical aspect of rebounding the ball.
Carlos Boozer's checked in for Noah.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Bibbs has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be game 4 of the 6-game road trip.
Yeah, some good games going on, and that Cleveland one especially.
Go back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago. It is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or draft talent that is ready to step in for him, and Steve can shoot it off the bench.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You think about Taj Gibson, a late first-round pick. Jimmy Butler last year really emerged as one of the best young players in the league. Great story. So terrific job by the Bulls front office in figuring out which player to take later in the first round.
And they get it back. They get it back. No good from D.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Dudley, no luck. Bulls trail by 21. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Passes it to D. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 8 here in this one already. LA's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Griffin a screen on Rose. And it's Paul penetrating. Deep 2 from Crawford. Offensive rebound. Short. And blocked. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Mike Dunleavy, who's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Dudley the pass to Paul. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket. You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home where the Clippers just happen to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. And I thought they were a force in front of their rabid fans.
Here's Boozer. Up and in from the low block. Boozer's got 5 points in the quarter. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Crawford outside. Griffin, he's covered by Boozer. Paul with the three. Rebounded by D. D's got 5 rebounds tonight. Count that one. And that's 11 points for Derrick Rose.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Paul with the three.
Boy, ends the quarter with a dead-eye three.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Clippers leading by 21. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. CP3 at point with Reddick there at the back. And it's Dudley in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
How many times have we seen him do that? Just batter a defense with his ability to explode to the basket.
Rose dishes to Dang. Back to Rose. Feeds to Dunlap. A three. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And it's blocked by Dang. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score of that Pacers game. I think it should be close.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Chicago. And the call will be against D. That's his 5th foul.
It's amazing one player can turn the ball over so often.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Rose against Paul. Noah with a screen for Rose. D. Not loose. And that one's good by Noah.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
Clippers leading by 21, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
And the Bulls making a change here. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Rose passes to D. No good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on around the league today, and a lot of fans focused on that matchup for New York.
Crawford kicks to Douglas. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers are able to retain possession here. Clock at 6. And Griffin backs in. Step back shot. And he can't bank that one in. Bulls trail by 21. Here's Rose. Drains the 19-footer. Now here's Collison. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Back to Griffin. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Throwing down hard one-handed.
His favorite move right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
Butler with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Pass to D. He's against Collison. 6 on the shot clock. Knocked away. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Dang. Rebounded by Collison.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Dishes to Crawford. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. That's 12 points for Jamal Crawford.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and, of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And perhaps the best thing about him, Steve, is the way he takes charge down the stretch of close games. The higher the stakes, the better he plays.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Dudley dishes to Griffin. He kicks it to Jordan. Puts up the baby hook, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Crawford against Butler. And there's the pass to D. They grab their own miss. Noah's shot is off.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog here. That was just convert the shot. Come on.
And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. For Chicago, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Heinrich off a pick from Muhammad. And here's Heinrich. He passes it to D.
Well, the Bulls battling in last year's postseason got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time, and they had questions constantly being asked if he would return, but the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin, and desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal Game 1 in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
To the inside. It's picked off.
Come on, set up the 3.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in these standing team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down, but they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
Good on the second free throw. Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new addition, interesting to see if this team can gel during the playoffs. Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
And the call will be against D. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, he'll make a walk of shame back to the bench.